Don't mind me. I'm just rolling. It's legal.
Welcome to the show, folks. That's great. How's it going, man? How's it going?
Jeez, it's yo. You know what? I'm just for a quick little. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Geek XXVIII. I'm your host Brian. No, I'm kidding. We this week, I want to get into a little thing called. It's not even getting into something. It's more like brokey problems, and I'm a brokey. See, I'm in this debate. I got a PS5.
You got a PS5.
I got a PS5.
Oh, you're not a brokey there. You're not brokey.
I was gonna say, there's no such thing as a brokey with a PS5.
I'm a brokey. Why? Because I'm a brokey. I'm a PS5 owner without a 4K TV, and obviously, I'm not even gonna front. I bought it to sell the shit, right? But I'm getting second guessing myself because there's all these people bitching and moaning like, you scalpers out here raising prices on things and so on.
Man, people are pissed. The scalpers.
Yeah, this has been going on. Hold on. I don't care how pissed people are. This has been going on from the beginning of these electronics coming out. So everybody, it's everyone. Why not? If I'm usually the one chasing after the person with the high-priced merchandise, so why can't I be that for once? Get the hell out of here. Matter of fact, if you open it out of the box and play it, you could probably still sell it for double what you bought it for. If you play it for like a couple weeks, it's still that valuable. It's hot right now.
I want to make sure that it works because of all the day one problems I've been hearing about.
Oh, yeah.
But at the end of that, yes, Toby, to say what you were saying, this is the first time, honestly, okay, I'm going to see this as goals, right? And this is not really goals, but as a brokey, this is a goal. This is my first time I've been able to afford a day one brand new system off rip and not be like super broke afterwards. But at the same time, I do want to sell it because I see the flip value in it. However, people have been flipping these things since PS2. Why can't I make a cool 1300, right? I'm saying?
That's what I would do.
No, wait, how much
and then you save a third of that and wait for the next version to come out. By that time, you would have had more money to add to it anyway. And just, bro, come on.
Right, to answer your question, the digital version is like $5.99. The disc version is $6.99. That shit came to $7.24 for me. So if I sell it for $13, I'm being a dick. If I sell it for $15, I'm pushing it. But
which version was more expensive?
The disc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey man, do you? I mean, I have this Batman up here that I bought, the Batman Transformer. That's not Batman. I bought two of them. I have the second one in the box here that I'm gonna sell, and that's fair. Like I'm not gonna front like I'm not doing the same thing. I have two Back to the Future Transformer Gigawatts ordered. Do
you want to know why things that people collect are valuable? It's because they do this.
Yeah,
they move it around. It raises in value, decreases in value. Come on, man.
But the game's not even the game's changing. The game is getting to a point where all the crybaby millennials that were like, "Oh, I don't really want to work for things," and blah, are seeping over into this culture where they're kind of like, "You're wrong for trying to make money off of something that other niggas would have made money off of anyway."
Okay, can I ask you guys both a question since we're on the topic of like millennials and Gen whatever we are right now?
Gen Z.
Do you think they're worse than us? Like that much worse than us in terms of like where we are and they're at like that age where we were at like mentally? I guess maybe because this internet. I guess I have to say yes too.
Yeah, by default, because they have the internet and they're a generation of kids who have access to everything. Like we grew up in the generation where if you were looking up, let's say you wanted to download your favorite TV show and you went to LimeWire or any one of those sites back in the day, it took you. I remember I downloaded Transformers, the entire run of Transformers, 100 gigs, and that took 3 weeks to download.
Yeah,
I left it running for 3 weeks on my computer.
And you have to keep checking it to make sure it didn't stop, and then you have to unpause it, dude. Yeah, or going all over MIRC trying to find files where you might download a virus. You know how crazy viruses were back in the day, guys. Your whole computer was done.
Done. I had to pause. I would pause like season like 2 through whatever and just have season 1 downloading. And I'd be like, oh, this episode's downloading, so I'd pause all the other episodes and let that
Oh, that's pure LimeWire life.
Yo, you would put everything at like normal or slow and you put the one episode high.
Yeah. You got to make sure your upload is off too.
Yeah,
so that no one's taking files from you. But the whole thing is, though, that's the bad part about it is it's supposed to be an exchange within the community, right? You're supposed to leave yours available for uploading too.
I'm not saying that I ever did, but I'm just saying that there may have been a case where I would have possibly forgotten and allowed entire seasons of series to upload without my knowledge, and I apologize in this hypothetical situation that didn't actually happen.
Yeah, I may not have gotten whatever I needed and then turn off uploads and then dip on people real quick. I don't know.
Allegedly.
Yeah. I guess based on that, I'd have to say, man, patience is a crazy virtue that we had no choice but to learn. You had to wait for your friend to get home from school before you can talk to them.
Like, yes.
You know when caller ID became a dude. Oh my god. I didn't have caller ID up until I was like, what, 12, 13? I would have to say, caller ID was not a thing for the first 10 years of my life, or 11, 12 years. That's crazy. That's crazy to think how far we've come.
Yeah,
we can actually appreciate the advancement.
The idea that someone could just call your house and you have no clue who's calling and you have to answer this phone and then you're just like, I don't want to talk to this person, and now you're stuck in this situation talking to this person you didn't want to talk to, and you got to find the most delicate way to exit out of this conversation with all
okay, so I'm gonna say when my voice first went from high pitch, went deep for the first time, I used to pretend that was my dad to hear who it was, and then say, Tobi's not home.
Oh, nice.
Yo, that might have to be an episode title.
Yo, I used to kill that. But then after a while, my dad's my parents' friends caught up, and it became a joke, but it was hilarious, dude. Oh my god. It's true. Anyway.
But that's the thing, right? So right now they're on Generation Z, and then after that is Generation Alpha, which are the kids, the literal kids.
I didn't get Alpha.
I ain't calling no niggas.
Come on.
I mean, they're gonna come up with a new name by the time, because already the Millennials used to be called Generation Y.
Yeah, that's true.
It was originally called Generation Y, and then they changed it to Millennials at some point.
Generation Y, I feel stupid.
I mean, but that's it. I some people say I'm a Zennial, which is the Generation X cusp. And at that point, I'm just like, listen, this isn't fucking astrology. I'm not doing this cusp bullshit where I'm cusp Libra, something. Get the fuck out of here. Why are we playing the game of cusping at the edge of something? It's done. I was born in the year I was born in, and just put me in a category that doesn't even make sense, where you make up all these arbitrary rules about what it means to sell to us, even though a generation like ours is so vastly different because we were introduced to the internet. So you're not selling to one demographic, you're selling to an international age group that is interested in tons of different shit.
Mm-hmm. That's my point exactly. Can we call ourselves generation before the internet and then call them generation because of the internet?
That's fair.
That's great.
I would say
that's great.
Very fair.
Wait, what was Donald Glover's album? It was
because of the internet. Because of the internet. Just name him after the album.
He should have done before the internet, an album, like a concept album, just based off what music felt like before the internet, and then I feel like have this.
Isn't that what his career is now? All the music he's producing now, it sounds like before the internet music.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, right. And it's beautiful. Rapping about Asian girls in camp, so
everyone goes through a phase of everything.
I don't think there's anything wrong with those things. There's nothing wrong with those things.
No, of course not. Of course not. But he rapped about it a lot.
A lot.
Redbone. He said Redbone in almost every song. I remember that too. He was very Lil Wayne influenced, 100%. Oh man!
I was working on music videos today for work, and in the system I found this old Lil Wayne video where homeboy is like, dude, I don't even remember. Because I'm not. I honestly, I would love to watch all these videos, but I'm talking about I had to go through 700 music videos from 2010 to 2019 and start categorizing. Yeah, that's I was just watching music videos.
People it's not my job. Your own computer not working. You're talking about music videos.
How long does that take you?
Yeah,
that was the whole day. It was the whole day was
700 in a day. You can skim through.
Yeah, I'm not watching the full video.
Okay.
And I'm not watching like what it is I'm doing is I'm building a playlist for businesses that if you like go into like I can't name any of the businesses, but let's say you go into like a clothing store, like a sports clothing store, and you know how some of these sporting clothing stores that might have referees as the uniform might have on their screens music videos. So someone has to build those playlists because it's not just like music videos that they just pick at random. Like there's someone building that whole thing, and in some cases there's someone updating a whole system. So today I was just completely updating the 2010 to 2019 hip hop music videos rated 14 plus and lower.
I just put in old Lil Wayne videos from 2010 to 2019, and I'm gonna see if I can just grab which video you're talking about off an image.
Oh, on a corner. Is that the song On the Corner?
Possibly.
Yeah, there's one where it's him on in all white with like his usual jeans, and it starts off with a cop driving by and they're on a street corner. And I'm trying to remember the name now, but I think it was on the corner.
Is that why you said he's on the corner? He's with the cop on the street corner.
I think that was the name.
On the corner. I'm gonna look that up. And I probably won't find nothing.
Yeah. So did you guys? Remember? Did you see the whole thing about Lil Wayne like endorsing Trump? Right? Oh, is it called what?
Get off the corner.
Get off the corner. Okay.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I remember.
That's November. Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
How old is that video?
That video.
Yeah, 2000. So, yeah. So that's it. That's the reason that I had a problem is some of the videos are from before 2010. So I had to check when the videos were because they were in the wrong
airplane. Braids or nothing. Yeah, he's in like a wife beater and baggy ass jeans. He's like Lil Wayne in this.
Yeah, no tattoos yet, or hardly any tattoos. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a joke.
Yeah, you can't play that. We're gonna get kicked off on this one.
Do we want to talk about it that he decided to endorse a losing?
I just want to skim over it. Because after the whole endorsement happened, which he obviously got paid for, because he approached 50 Cent and a couple of the celebrities with that, who exposed the fact that they got offered like $500,000 and then $1 million because they wouldn't take it the first time. But now, right after everything, now he's being charged. Right? Did you see that?
For what?
Having a concealed weapon on an airplane.
Oh my God!
On his like jet or whatever, he got cleared by customs. I think I don't remember the whole story, but I just saw that he was charged for a weapons charge. Now, for a former felon, he's potentially looking at 10 years, if anything. But he has good enough lawyers that I think like it'll clear up. But what I'm trying to say is, what if this was like a Democratic, like someone just said, you know what? Now that Trump didn't win, let's go after this guy. But here's the thing. So I think the charge actually came before his endorsement of Trump. So possibly, here's my little conspiratorial mind here. Did he go to him and say, "Hey, if you pardon this before you get out of office, I will endorse you," versus taking money?
That's not even a conspiracy. That's probably facts. Like
this happened 7 hours ago. Yeah. Oh man.
Did you guys hear about the fact that 45 was trying to put into place that he could forgive debts and what was the other thing? Forgive debts, and there was something else. What I don't remember, but he was trying to do a whole bunch of fuck shit that he could set up so that even after he's president, they would still take effect. And people were just like, "No, you won't be here to sign these executive orders. You can't set up to come into play later on." And he was like getting pissed.
I will tell you right now, if he was like president or something anywhere else, he'd be an insane dictator. I guarantee you that.
Oh, word.
America is pretty bad in the justice system and the whole system as a whole. The infrastructure is horrible. But one thing that it keeps stopping him from being able to do that are those, like there are defenses in place to stop like a mutiny or something of that large of a scale to happen, right? It did feel at certain points it was going to happen though this year. I won't lie. At certain points when I started seeing the military in the streets, like harassing people, grabbing people into vans, like militia, I was like, oh damn! I think it's getting there. But I'm glad it didn't get there, and I think Americans are lucky that he it's not anywhere else.
Well,
because this guy has pure dictator vibes.
Yeah, and I keep saying to people, oh, sorry, Skinny, go ahead.
No, it was about the Wayne thing. So you guys continue. I'll just.
You're all shocked.
But I just keep thinking that I'm like reading it in depth. I just think the political system in the States is an interesting one, and I've been telling my friends for the last couple of days that, you know, if he doesn't want to concede, so what? Because at first I was just like, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you got to leave. It's like if someone evicts you from your from the house, you can't decide, I'm not leaving. Like just because you decide not to say.
Right?
No, if you're evicted.
I don't know if
like if
I think landlords have the short end of the stick on that one.
I'm talking like in a state where they can just kick you out. I'm not talking about in beautiful Canada where we protect people. I'm talking about like there are states where if they put the notice on your door and you don't leave in the 30 days, they just call the cops and come and get you and take you out. That's it. It's done. You don't, there's not really an argument, you know, like that's end of the day. And it's not like the same thing like we have here where we have minus 40-degree winters. Minus 40, by the way, for the American listeners, is the same thing in Celsius and in Fahrenheit. So that's how cold that is. But it's not like minus 40. Like if you're in California and it's hot, I guess if it's a heat wave, you could be like, I can't be out on these streets, I'll die. But otherwise, it's just like, get out, you're evicted. And that's why, like, with 45, when my friends were just like, no, it's a problem that he won't concede, I was just like, is it though? Because he lost. That's it. They're doing the count. At the end of the day, you can't turn around and be like, well, you know, we counted all these ballots and we're recounting them, but they're not certified. And he doesn't really want to leave, so we'll just let him stay there. It's like, no. But then I heard part of the reason that it's important for him to start the concession and like move on with stuff is there's a transition party like piece that needs to be done so that Biden can 46, I guess we can call him now, but can go in and he can start preparing. And one of the major things that he's trying to do supposedly is prepare a COVID preparation, but he can't do that because he doesn't have the information. And because they're not doing the transition, he can't get the information. So that's the last thing that I heard that I was just like,
there's a knowledge transfer when someone leaves a role to the next, you pass it on to the next person, but he wants to, but there are also people who hoard, right? That's it's crazy.
Dude, I mean, it's funny. I was talking to somebody today about work. There's a guy on our team who left the company abruptly, and I took over. Him and I were sharing responsibilities for something, and he left abruptly, and then I just had to take on the responsibilities. But I never knew he was doing that part of the project. Like there was something he was doing that I was told I was in charge of that he continued doing without telling anybody. So when he left, they were just like, "Oh, Brian, here," and just they handed it to me, and I was like, what is this? What are you talking about? What is all this? They're just like, yeah, he was doing this behind. We didn't know he was doing this. So can you do this now on top of everything else you've been doing? And it's just and that's hard. I know. And I agree. Like a lot of people are saying Biden's first year is going to be a mess because the transition wasn't smooth. And I understand because those 4 months where I had to catch up to figure out what I was doing, I was just like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just try and see how this goes. So
yeah, that's not easy. Like it's not like you're not going to figure it out, but it just takes you that much longer to figure it out when someone isn't like, because you're like, I would do this for you. Why aren't we exchanging information to help each other out? It's the weirdest thing. I never understood that part. Yeah,
knowledge transfer is legit. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Yo, guys, it's a little bit crazy, but we're already at our first ad break here on Geek-tastic Cypher. So we're gonna get to that real quick. We're gonna ask you guys not to go anywhere, and we'll be right back. Shout outs to Kay and Nikki from Agree to Disagree.
What's up, everybody? Welcome. No, I wasn't ready. No, I'm not ready. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Agree to Disagree. I'm Kay, and I'm here with Nikki. What's good? What's good? What's good? Okay, you're the cool. You're the cool one. Cool. So see the cool one, guys. You know, I'm sexy and cool. She crazy. Do you see, guys? This is what happens. Sexy, cool. This is what happens when you do things with friends.
Crazy, sexy, cool. That's Nikki and Kate are going to be having their series Agree to Disagree coming out every Tuesday on this same channel that you're watching right now. So if you guys are watching us on YouTube or if you're watching on franklinarmstrong.com/live, we would highly recommend you guys subscribe right away. The link, I'll just add it at the bottom of the screen. But for those of you who are listening to this on the audio, the link is bit.ly/FAMYOUTUBE. That's bit.ly/fam YouTube. And that's it, guys. So make sure you go check that out. You can subscribe right away. Our subscription numbers are growing. We appreciate it. We were at 100, and now we're up to 115. And the episodes are doing well, and we appreciate all the love that you guys have been sending our way. So keep doing it.
But surely, we shall keep piling them up. Let's do it.
Man, we're having fun. Last week, me, Kay, and Dave did a just a news segment where we just did like news stuff. I, for some reason, had the worst internet connection that has ever happened in my life. It was so bad.
You've had some pretty bad ones on the show live though, so I don't know.
No, this was the worst.
Really?
We didn't stream it. We just recorded it, and when we recorded it, it was smooth. Then when I downloaded the file and uploaded it to YouTube, and it was all distorted, I was like, wait, what? So then I watched the file on my computer, my window completely distorted. Like it didn't even.
But I watched it on YouTube. You fixed it, obviously.
No. It's still pretty bad. The beginning is good, but after 20 minutes, it gets messy. Like it's. Did you watch it on a phone?
Yeah.
So here's the thing about
I can't remember where I watched it. Actually, you know what? Before you continue, what topics you guys covered again?
I don't remember all of them. It's somewhere on the doc, but I think we shout outs to Alex Trebek. We talked about what's her name, Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
Oh yes, that conversation you got, that Amber Heard one. I was like, I wish I was able to go on so I can talk about this, but I think she should be just as punished.
Yes, agreed. I think everyone thinks that, and I think that's the unfortunate part. At the end of the day, even people who believe in the dangers of spousal abuse are saying both of them should equally be dealing with the situation on a fair basis. Johnny might have done stuff. She also did stuff. They both.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter who started it.
Yeah. And that's it. I don't even know who started it, but
exactly.
Dude, at one point I was reading some of the stuff, and man, Johnny Depp said, like, he's like, you defecated in the bed. And
you defecated in my bed.
And I remember reading that and being like, I'm sorry. Did I read that properly? Is Johnny Depp saying that Amber Heard or one of Amber Heard's friends defecated in the master bedroom bed?
She went a full-blown monkey.
Like,
that's crazy.
Can you imagine what kind of person you are to like either you
not what kind of person you are, but how mad and crazy both of you must have been in it. To go to that length because the thing is, when you get to that point, you're trying to disrespect each other as much as possible. So that level of disrespect, outside of the hitting, that's worse than the hitting. That's like, okay, now you should you'll never wake up one day without shit in your eye. You know what I mean?
But like you look at this girl, she'll look like she'll shit in your bed though.
For sure.
She has this this kind of grimy aura about her where she like literally walks around like she doesn't stink in any kind of way.
No, 100%. I feel that.
Yeah, look at her celeb photos. Like, oh, this is a kid from Aquaman that they want to kill. Yeah.
That's it. You know what? That's the part that's hard because I'm seeing some of the comments where people are just like saying the nastiest things and the most disrespectful things, and I'm like, no, I'm not about that life, but I am about the idea that like, no, something's definitely wrong, and she should definitely be out of the show out of her franchise as well, because you can't kick him out. And the thing that's crazy is both are owned by Warner Brothers.
Right.
Yeah, they're both owned by Warner.
Like I just saw her in the trailer for Justice League, right? So obviously there are no repercussions on her end. Also, that trailer's ass. It's literally I've seen every single one of those scenes except for maybe one or two. and then you put it in black and white, and you're trying to resell me the same shit, just prepackaged, like repackaged.
Oh,
I don't understand. That's the thing I don't understand.
I thought it was
is the black and white is the black and white just a trailer, or is it the movie is going to be in black and white? Like, I don't understand. Why are they doing stuff in black and white? Who is this for? Is it supposed to just like avant-garde? It's black and white. No, homie, we want the 4K saturated colors. Why are you showing me the black and white trailer?
Because
they don't. Insane. Or maybe he doesn't want to reveal like Superman's black suit. Like there might be some reason why he. But like at the end of the day,
yeah,
I saw all this hype that day. I woke up, I was like, "Oh, the trailer's out. Let me go see what looks different about this." A little hint of Darkseid, like a quick little flash of Darkseid in there. What's it called? His dad, how he died.
Yep.
Cyborg's dad.
Okay.
But outside of that, every scene was the same. Every scene was the same.
Toby, you should know better than to have faith in DC. Come on.
No, I stopped after that trailer. I was like, what was I even thinking?
Why'd you like? I'm so detached from DC everything, but I didn't even know it dropped. Like,
I didn't know either. I'm a day or two behind, I think.
Yeah, and until you posted it in the group chat, I didn't know. I feel weird because I'm usually up on that stuff, and I was just like, wait, the trailer dropped? How did I miss that? But I think it's literally just one of those things where we keep seeing so many mentions of it that we're like, I don't care. Maybe y'all should shut up about it. We're tired. Like I'm not interested anymore. Sorry, Skinny.
What's funny is I wasn't even gonna click on it because it said teaser trailer, so I thought it was like just something, and then this was a full 2-something minutes of the same. I already told you guys it's the same shit. They took the poo and they dipped it into gold, and they're like, here, new thing. You know, that's
so they got Amber Heard. So essentially they're shit in the bed. So Amber Heard is directing this one.
Exactly.
Well, while we're shitting on DC, not even really shitting, I just want a question for everybody out there listening, and even for you guys. What Emilia Clarke should play? Maybe
that's actually not bad casting.
I don't know. I saw people posting that, and I looked at the picture, the mock-up, and I was just like,
Didn't work for you.
No,
Amber Heard didn't really fit the role to me anyway. But
facts. Also, can we find a redhead? Just get a redhead who can act.
Why are you dipping their head in red paint?
Yeah, and like the ugliest red, like not even. The whole idea is just like, oh, it's like the cool red from underneath the ocean, natural, unaffected.
You know what's crazy? Karen Gillan. Karen Gillan. I know she's in Marvel and I know she's in Jumanji, but like she's a natural redhead. Pull off the role.
Also, real quick, wouldn't she not, like anyone from Under the Sea, wouldn't they not be deeply tanned? So Karen Gillan would probably be one of the best because she's pale with the red hair, underwater. Let's do it.
There you go.
We don't need Emilia Clarke or Skinny's like, no, I don't want her. Why? What's
bomb the whole thing?
Wait, what?
She'll bomb the whole thing.
Oh, you just want to? Okay. You're already living in a universe where all those timelines have been destroyed.
And no. Doesn't exist to me. In my timeline, there's no DC. Which brings me to my other point, which I was trying to say.
Eliminated the fucking whole universe.
Oh, they don't exist. Brian, you can confirm this to me as Toby. When did the DC universe become Batman Metal?
Okay. Oh my
god. No, but really, it's a Batman story. The whole thing.
I haven't gotten into it at all because they've let me down a lot in the what's it called?
Let's discuss, guys. So I mean, is this we're doing the View the Right Thing, and we're going to talk about metal.
Let's just go into it.
This is my View the Right Thing. This is what the fuck happened to DC / Spider-Man Miles Morales is way better than anything you guys can do.
So that's been turned into a huge debate in some of the blurred groups I'm in, because everyone's having this thing where they're just like, if you look at it, DC outdoes Marvel in everywhere except the movies. And I was just like, whoa, back up. Because the DC comic books are not holding as strong as they used to. And I don't know if you guys have been reading the comic books in the last bit, but ever since they rebooted the universe for like the upteen 30 millionth time, and they decided that everything. Yeah, but the annoying part is they gave Batman. Yo, guys, Batman is a human fucking detective. Stop having him fight cosmic beings every single arc.
I am so sick.
He sat on the chair and he knows everything. And there's 3 Jokers, and then Dark Knight's Metal, and everybody dies.
Batman should be no more street level than Daredevil.
Yep.
Yeah.
He should be that level of villain. Period. Sorry, hero. I guess.
Yeah.
Not really a hero.
He's a villain. You can call him a villain. Batman's
legit terrorizing the whole of Metropolis. What am I, Gotham? What's wrong with me today? Jesus Christ.
Because you've lost respect for Batman, and that's okay.
I'm mixing everything DC. It's all one thing now.
It is all one thing.
You're right. It is all one thing. If you read the comic book these days, everything ties back to Batman doing something. The story arc with Batman Metal, Dark Knight Metals is Batman, when he got shot back through time by Darkseid, comes back and is out here connecting and is the reason. Dude, I'm so mad about this part. You find out that when he went back to the beginning of time, that the two the tribes that existed, he poisoned one of the tribes with the image of the bat, and then that bat got co-opted and it became something. And then you find out that Carter Hall's whole story is about him fighting back the bat because of, and I'm like reading this comic book being like, and dude, at one point I stopped reading the words and just flipping pages being like, yo, when does it get good? Because I was so mad to see Batman is again being made the fucking focal point of an entire everything in the comic book was being set up that Batman is the focal point in DC. Meanwhile, you still have Marvel over there having X-Men over here doing their thing, Fantastic Four over here doing their thing, Daredevil and the street level ninjas doing their thing. Miles Morales is popping off. We have video games. Okay, let's push him into the forefront a bit more. Peter Parker, we're going to pull you back a bit more. It at least feels like there's a plan in someone's head somewhere. Panther.
Go ahead. I'm saying anybody who hasn't read 10 of Swords by X-Men or Hickman, please read that, because yes, it's good.
So I just want to post this question that Lee J just asked. Actually, let me bring it back here. Mike actually said Batman versus Daredevil would be pretty cool. Lee J said Batman versus Daredevil, who would win?
Daredevil.
Yep.
I don't know, guys. I'm sorry.
Why do you think that? See, this is the ruse. This is what they've done to you, Batman people.
I don't like
the wool over your eyes to make you think he can do anything.
I'm a purist. Batmobile. I'm a purist. I'm not falling for this cosmic being in the chair can do everything. But Batman as a detective who can control his heart rate and can do a lot of ninja shit would be able to take on Daredevil and fight him. I'm not sure he wins.
Daredevil could smell Batman coming. His freaking rich boy cologne. He'll smell that a mile away. No. He will know where he is. Batman, you hear what you just said? Batman can slow his heart rate down enough. You think he can do that in combat? You think he can do that while things get out of here?
That's one of the okay, but hold on. We're going street level. We're not talking
plot armor.
No, come on. Batman's been trained to do all sorts of things. And I'm not even talking about the cosmic stuff. I'm talking about Bruce Wayne going all the way back to his origins as a detective and for some odd reason a ninja now.
Daredevil is like the purest of assassins.
Yes. I will give it to you guys that Daredevil is by far one of the most dangerous people in the Marvel universe. They've even said but he could probably beat Spider-Man just based off the fact that his sensory is more attuned than Spider-Man's
Peter Tingle.
Spider sensor. Yeah, Peter. I know. Bad because in my head, that's what I was thinking. And I was like, I'm not saying damn Peter Tinkle on air. But it was what I was thinking, and I'm mad at the MCU for doing that because Spider sense, you ass backwards bastard.
I just rewatched Far From Home. Still is great. My gosh.
It is.
Why is that not streaming anywhere yet?
It is.
What?
Where?
Wasn't it on Netflix?
Oh, Netflix, is it?
Oh, it's on Crave in Canada. Far From Home is on
Canada, yeah. I know I just saw it on one of my apps.
I do have Crave, so okay, but yeah, that's kind of weird. Well, I mean, they did say they were going to take it off Netflix, but goddamn, it's not even on Disney Plus. Like, figure your shit out.
for the Americans, Crave is our like go-to streaming site here in Canada because it's like
our Hulu and everything wrapped in one because y'all make it greedy.
It's great because you guys have to buy like 5 services, and Bell Canada, which is one of our biggest distributors here, owns so much shit that they just bought up everybody. So if it's on Hulu, if it's on HBO, HBO Max, sometimes Adult Swim stuff, like there's stuff on there that I'm like, when did they get the license to this? Showtime, all of that stuff is all in one place for us, which is pretty sweet and unfortunate for you guys, but yeah, man. Miles Morales though is definitely going to take over as one of the strongest characters in the next little bit. The comic book, the video game, the Into the Spider-Verse 2 is being worked on. They're going to be doing a lot more with him, and
so I actually watched some clips of the gameplay.
No, the game's wicked. I'm playing it. It's sick.
Looks incredible.
Are you playing on the PS5?
Fuck no, I'm playing on PS4 and it's still good.
He's still deciding if he wants to open the box.
I was trying to set him up.
No, man. I'm not opening the box. People are mad at me. They want me to like, oh, why don't you just do it or why don't you play it? Then all,
dude, you do. I would suggest the 4K. Like, if you really want to get the full experience,
I'm gonna buy the TV and then probably rebuy Spider-Man because I did that for Grand Theft Auto 5. Why not for, you know what I mean? So
exactly. If you have the Spider-Man on PS4, you don't have to buy it for PS5. You get a digital copy.
Nigga, what?
Yeah, that's what they said. Look it up. That's one of the reasons people are so excited. But if you know what, you guys keep. I'm gonna double check, but I know that there's a handful of games that if you bought them on PS4,
they'll give you
copy.
Yeah, I think Black Ops is one of them, like the new Call of Duty. Warzone is already on both. Yeah, they're doing that. I mean, it's expected because a lot of people aren't going to make that switch to PS5 right now. So
yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. That's one of the things. The PS5
$1,000.
Yeah.
The PS5 is available, right? Where's the camera?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, for all you guys out there, if you have a PS4 and you buy some of those games, there's like a handful of games that if you buy them right now, you get the PS5 download available. And there's another thing they're figuring out that if you your gameplay that you save in your PS4, if you have a PS the Plus or the whatever the online account is, you can transfer your save points into the PS5 digital version that you're going to get so you can continue playing. Yeah. And one last thing that I heard that I'm not 100% sure. They're going to make, there's one other thing, the PS4, if you have a PS4, you're going to be able to play PS5 games remotely from a different room with it.
Yes, you can. I have the app. The app showed up on my PS4 like a week or two ago. I haven't tested it out yet. We only have one TV in the house, so when I get rich and we have multiple rooms with TVs and shit, then I'll try that out.
Yeah.
For now.
I mean, yeah, man, the PS5, don't get me wrong. I want to get a PS5. It's just that I don't need it right now. I haven't played video games in over 2 months. My partner, who is a bigger gamer than me, is still playing on their Switch, and that's when they're interested in playing. She hasn't played on the Switch in a minute. So
yeah,
I'm like, whatever.
The only thing I really play is Warzone. That's it.
I didn't. Yeah, I'm a gamer. I got it because Spider-Man, and I got it because the eventual Batman game that's gonna be coming out. But I never needed day one. For me, I legit just saw profit, and I was like,
"Oh, the family, the Bat family."
Yeah, that does look good.
So that, you know what? Yeah, I might do that.
Suicide Squad and the Bat Family one.
Is it just PS5 though? That one?
No, the Suicide Squad is just PS5. The Bat Family joint is supposed to be PS4.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
I would just like to point out, Batman is the reason that Tobi just said he'd consider getting a console. So we can't.
No. Batman is not. The reason I've never. Okay, here's a fun fact about me.
Batman.
Here's a fun fact about me. I've never played any of the Batman Arkham, like any of them.
Oh, even I played, and I'm not a
gamer. I've watched gameplay. I was not interested because I just don't like to play as Batman. But the opportunity to play as the family, which, like, yeah, I would definitely want to. What do you mean? I'm so sick and tired of Batman. Like, sick and tired. Actually, someone just asked the question: who do you think is DC's biggest moneymaker? Batman or Superman?
Nigga,
Batman. Batman's worth more.
That's why I have bat fatigue.
Yeah. I mean, I have a Batman chair. Like, Batman is their biggest seller. Do you think I would want a blue, red, and yellow chair? Get the you put a black logo on the chair. I'm like, I paid an extra $100 just for a chair because it had the damn Batman logo.
That's Thankfully, it was actually one of the better looking chairs on the website. It was. There's a logo on the back. Oh man. Yeah, I would buy it for that. Suicide Squad, the game.
You never played any of them? Like, nope. Not even Arkham Knight City? Nothing?
Nope.
What? How?
Nope. Not a big Batman fan when it comes to the games.
No, but you saw the gameplay, right? Like
I did. I'd rather play. The thing is, Spider-Man has sort of the same kind of gameplay.
No.
Probably better, in my opinion.
Nah, you see, Spider-Man. Look, okay. Yeah. How to explain Batman? Batman, especially Arkham's Knight, is like.
Is it the darkness? Is it the darkness of it?
It's the darkness. You're Batman. You can like run up on people, interrogate, scare the shit out of them. You're Batman, so your grappling hook works. You can take off, glide through the city, call your Batmobile, jump into that shit. You're Batman.
Is it the gadgets? Okay, I get it. Spider-Man is.
It's like the plastique. It's the batarangs. It's all that, but it's also well executed. It's not like Batman Returns and all the shitty games we had when we were playing Nintendo, where you would have a bunch of gadgets, but like you would have like 10 batarangs or like only a certain amount of grappling hooks. Like, you're fucking Batman.
Yeah, I never cared to be Batman, though. That's the problem.
Really cut, your cape is all cut up by the end of the game. You're fucking Batman.
No. only person I'm caping for is Spider-Man. That's it. I'm not
right. Spider-Man is the similarities is that Spider-Man got its combat from Batman.
Yeah.
Batman came with the combat where you would have.
I don't know if that's true, man. Spider-Man games were kind of revolutionary in terms of the swinging mechanism before Batman came in.
Swinging, yes, but in terms of combat, where you would have the Spidey sense, Batman did it first. Batman had that and the motion of like the smoothness because they use motion.
Right. Yeah, they do.
So they use mocap for the fighting on Batman. First game to do that.
And they slowed that whole slow-mo sort of combat. Yeah, right. I'll give them the credit for that, which actually enhances Spider-Man's abilities.
Right. Yeah. Each Batman counters are different counter, and you're like breaking arms and this, that, whatever. Spider-Man took that and just amped it and like went and just.
Did you see the moves you can do in this one?
Of course, I've been doing them. I know.
I've been doing them. Oh, you played a trailer.
What do you mean? I'm swinging backwards and kicking people in the face. Shit, you need to watch this. Show this trailer.
I'm just showing some clips because I like the gameplay. You can see, like, if you're someone who played this first, and that's the thing. The first time I ever played, when Spider-Man was coming out, I played Spider-Man at the Montreal Comic-Con at the Sony station that they let people sample it, right?
Yeah.
Then I went and bought this game, Arkham Knights, and played Arkham Knights, and I realized it's so similar in the way that it's set up with like the way like all of this stuff where Batman kind of like pauses, jumps, reacts, the like sense that someone's about to hit him, all that gameplay stuff. I was just like, oh, I understand where Spider-Man got it from. Because
see, that's where I kind of disagree, and we might have to go into the archives for this, because I remember the Spider-Man 64 game had this before this whole 3D thing was really like enhanced to this level. You had Spider-Man in the vents, and you could see and attack enemies, and that whole thing was on Spider-Man 64.
Right. Yeah, that was stealth.
That's what I'm saying. I think the Spider-Man games showed Batman where they could take it, and Batman took it and ran with it, and then Spider-Man's like, "Oh, I'll take the baton from here and freaking expanded on it again." I'm pretty sure.
I'll agree.
The Batman games before that were side scrollers.
Yeah, you're right. I'll agree and say that they took the stealth from maybe Spider-Man 2 and 64, because I played those games, and they kind of implemented it for the vent system for Batman.
Yeah.
But in terms of the reactions to counters, that's Batman. In terms of Batman, the counters actually even have like a timing system, whereas if you counter real quickly, you'll just do a Batman counter, grab an arm, throw him. If you do it like seconds before, he will like Batman it, so the guy will move. He'll punch his other friend, and Batman will grab your head and DDT you into a wall.
I'm sure when the first game came out, it was revolutionary, 100%. I remember that.
They all,
but actually, in any of the other games, because I know Nightwing was in one of the games.
Yes, he's in Arkham Knight and Arkham City. But Arkham
there ever any other Bat family in any of the other?
Yeah.
All of them.
Robin is in Arkham Knight. Nightwing's in Arkham Knight. Batgirl gets her own DLC for Arkham Knight, as does Robin, as does Nightwing, but it's not all conjoined. But in the actual story, there's Nightwing and Robin.
Okay, yeah, because I remember seeing Nightwing in one of the gameplays I watched back in the day. But yeah, for this one, it's a little different. I would consider getting this over a Batman game. The Batman games never got me. I don't know. The movies are a different thing for me.
I just think like when you watch the two together, like I'm throwing this back
because of the darkness. That's what I'm saying. I think that's the thing here.
The clip we just played before and this fight, you can see the similarities. The only difference is the webbing, but the same movement style, the same alert for when he's about to be attacked, the same motion with the slow down, rotate camera for like.
Look at the acrobatics, man.
Yeah, you're even better now.
Like and with Miles.
Yeah, Miles is crazier compared to this too.
Yeah, he is. No. It's insane. The Venom shock, like all those moves are nuts.
Yeah. It's kind of nuts.
I mean that like when you watch it and you like, because I played that Spider-Man that one time, I understood when I played the Arkham that I was just like, oh, I see where Spider-Man was influenced. So let's say it this way. The same way we always talk about how they're all Lil Wayne's children is the same way that I could say if we're gonna say it, Spider-Man and Miles Morales is Batman's kid in the gaming world, and that's not an insult. It's a fair statement.
Sure, I will accept that statement if we say Peter Parker is Batman's granddaddy.
All I'll say is we can just chalk it up. Not even a Montreal but no, actually, sorry, because the people who made Batman Arkham Knight isn't even like a Montreal-based company, so we have to give it up to them, basically.
Who makes it? Bethesda?
No, it's Rocksteady Games, I believe.
For the first one.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what? So shout out to everybody who's out there on their PS5 tip. I mean, I respect it. You guys are all gamers. I see the excitement. To everybody who's out there,
have you beaten Spider-Man, Brian?
Sorry. Say what?
Have you beaten Spider-Man, like the first one?
The PS4? Yes, I did. Me, who doesn't even finish games, and I liked it. I love that game. Don't get me wrong. I think we all talked about it when we jumped on here the first time after it came out. The idea that you got to fly, like run around and be Spider-Man, Spider-Man, like everything too, not just a like side scroll, not just a little twit, like full on 3D.
New York is open to you like nothing. Like the Avengers Tower is right there. You can just go and hang out there. And yeah, dude, it's pretty cool.
At one point, I stopped playing and landed on the ground and walked to the hotel I stayed at in New York and walked down the street to see how accurate it was. And I was just like, I gotta say, they got rid of like specific blocks of the Soho area where I stayed when I go to New York, but it's still impressive how much they put in, because New York is a huge island. Manhattan is a huge island, and to see that much of it represented in a video game, I was just like, this is intense. Cool.
Yeah, because it's Midtown, right? He's Midtown. That's Manhattan.
Most of it, just Manhattan.
Speaking of Avengers, I wish we could say the same about that, but Square Enix lost like $6 billion or something for that game.
For what game?
From Avengers. Square Enix lost a bunch.
That game it's the likeness.
Yeah.
Garbage.
100%.
Yeah, but it's the likeness, and from what I understand, it's also the fact that people got tired because it's repetitive as hell. I think people were Yeah. That's rough, man. I'm hoping I can get a copy of
Batman games, actually.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it, Brian. I wouldn't even bother.
No? Even when because I just want to get it. Okay, you know what though? Remember, what's the name of the other game they used to have? What's the one where you could play 2-player and with a friend, and you could be one of the characters, and your friend could be, and you guys could do missions. Like I could be Iron Man, my buddy could play as Captain America, and we would just be, I used to play
Marvel superheroes, the Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Yes, thank you, Bong. That's it. Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I used to play that with my buddy all the time, and that was a fun game. It was simple. It's nowhere near as detailed. But are you saying?
But in that game, you could switch heroes midway.
Yes, that's true. Yes, I could. And I can't do that. Oh.
I think that was one of my first questions, actually, when we were talking about this initially. I was like, can you switch mid-battle to a different hero? Because that would be
cool. And you're like, oh, wow, here's Iron Man flying and Thor doing this and Hulk smashing and you're Captain America. And if you're like,
pretty much NPCs.
Yeah, you got to just stay as Captain America. And it's like, it's repetitive. You're just fighting robots. Not to ruin it, but you only fight 2 actual villains, 3 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, gone.
Speaking of NPCs, what's happening with that Ryan Reynolds movie?
Free Guy still coming out, man. They haven't, as far as I know, they haven't pushed a date back. Trust me, I am one of the most excited for this movie because we always talk about it. Like the concept looks as close to original as you could have. Like I'm still seeing elements of Gamer with Gerard Butler, who I'm going to talk about actually a little bit later. And what's the other?
Slightly the Truman Show though too.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Truman Show meets Gamer. I see it. I see the elements, but I'm not mad at it. I'm very excited. And like I've said, I think I've said it on this podcast. Truman Show to me is the closest I've seen in the last like 20 years, 30 years to an original idea, which I only found out later on was technically an idea taken from something else. But even then, it was like
they stole it well enough for you to believe it was original, right? Exactly. That's all that matters.
Yeah, the way they adapted it from the original idea was so much more detailed and so much more interesting than what was done originally. And now it's just like, so Truman Show is easily, I mean, Carrie's one of the best. So shout out to Deku, who's been talking in the group chat. He was talking about, him and I were talking about, but Jim Carrey is one of the funniest. He's one of my favorites, and Truman Show is one of the best. And to see Free Guy being similar in that sense of like, you are stuck in a world that has limits. You can't go beyond the limits of the world. You don't realize that you're stuck in that world until you get awoke into it, at which point you're just like, you either want to escape or you want to change it. And that's what I thought was cool. So I'm looking, I really hope it gets released because, yo, man, it's not looking good for theaters.
I don't understand why they haven't come to it. It doesn't look good for anybody. Studios, theaters, you're hoarding material, you're not releasing it. That's what's happening. You're losing money. Every month that goes by, you're losing money, potential revenue.
Yeah.
So the drive-in theaters are still open.
Yeah,
you went yesterday,
right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't actually know. What's that?
What was that like? You have to put your radio on and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, you put your radio on a specified channel. I think it was like 90.7 or whatever. And you just park right in front of this big screen. It was actually really cool. It was nice to be at the movies without, being at the movies. But you're outdoors. Yeah. It's a little cold this time of year. I think they probably stay open till like end of November or something.
Yeah.
Smoked out your car?
What's that?
You smoked out your car?
Everyone can. It's wide open. It's Canada. It's legal.
No baddies, no cops.
Nobody's coming to your car. But you know what was annoying though is some cars kind of keep their lights on, and they're like, these new cars where it's like even their regular lights are like massive beams. I hate that so much.
Why do they keep their lights on? I don't understand.
You're supposed to turn your car off, but I get it. It gets cold after a while. Like at this, it was like -2 yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Right. So like, at some point, you turn your car off, but you turn it back on in like 10 minutes. So we saw Freaky.
Okay, hit us.
Which was it's a Blumhouse film. I was surprised because I just saw like we wanted to do something.
Bond one.
Yeah, so I didn't know what it was. I was just looking for new movies, right?
Okay.
And, they're pretty limited in their output, like in terms of driving, like what they get. But they had a double feature of Freaky and this other movie called Come Play, which is with Gillian Jacobs. It's a horror, so they're both sort of on the horror line. Whereas Blumhouse has kind of figured out this niche with horror movies where it's kind of comedic.
Yeah.
So it's a Scream, but modern. You know what I mean? Like that range of horror, or slasher. So this is it's kind of a mix of Friday the 13th and Freaky Friday.
Yeah, that's cool. No, I just like the idea that Freaky Friday the 13th as a concept. That sounds so cool.
Yeah. So Vince Vaughn plays a serial killer. So I was expecting. Actually, I didn't even know. Crazy thing, I didn't watch a trailer. I didn't do anything. Oh, no. I just saw Vince Vaughn is a serial killer. I want to see him in a serious role, right? So I go in, the first scene. Yeah.
You wanted to see him in a serious role. He turns out to be comedic 90%, right?
Dude.
Yeah. I like the idea that you went in thinking he was going to be serious, because I saw the trailer and I really, I don't like horror, but when I saw the trailer, I was just like, this looks
it's
funny.
Happy Death Day level comedy.
Yes.
Right. So it's watchable for people. Now it's gruesome as fuck. I've never seen people get killed in this way. They actually reinvented killing in this original ways of killing people. But anyway, so he's Mike Myers, pretty much a character. There's a bunch of teens, it's usually teens hanging out. Mike Myers shows up. This is what happens here. And the one house that he goes to, the kid's parent is dad is a collector. And he has this knife called Ledola. It's like an ancient knife. And Vince Vaughn's character is like addicted to stabbing people. So like anything sharp he picks up. So after killing like last three of the 4 kids, he's chasing the owner, the daughter around the house, and he comes across the knife, picks it up, and uses that to, no, he doesn't use that to kill her. He steals it and impales her on something else, leaves, finds another group of teenagers, which is our main character. I forget her name now, the blonde girl, if you can look it up real quick.
I'll look it up.
Yeah. He corners her. She's a mascot. She was at a homecoming game. I don't want to get too deep into the whole whatever happened before that, but stabs her with the knife, and you see some crazy thing happening. And then the next day, he wakes up as the girl. He's all like, what the hell's going on? But obviously it's her acting as him.
Yeah.
Then they've cut to him waking up, but it's her. Obviously it's Vince Vaughn. And this is, you saw how Kevin Hart and The Rock kind of body swapped and played those roles in Jumanji.
Yeah.
This was Vince Vaughn watching that and going, watch me kill this. Because he destroyed as the girl in his body. It was incredible. It was so good. It was so well done.
Super quick. The girl's name, the actress's name is Catherine Newton. She plays the character Millie. And Catherine Newton has been in a few projects recently. If I'm not mistaken, she was on a Netflix show that just got canceled. One of the many that got canceled recently. What was the show? Hold on, sorry.
There was like an apocalypse show with teens.
Yes,
that's the only thing I've seen.
Yeah, so she was in The Society. That's where I saw her recently. She's also in Big Little Lies. And the first movie I saw her in was Blockers. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
Oh yes, that's true.
Blockers.
Yeah,
but honestly, I was pleasantly, and then I looked it up after we got home and just to check the reviews, and it's getting pretty high reviews, and I see why. Like it's so well done. It feels like an original idea.
I'm excited.
Original take, I should say, on the whole freaky body swapping situation and how I don't want to give too much away. That's why I'm not telling too much of the story. But there is one questionable scene that I want to talk about.
Let's go.
So they swap bodies. So he's the girl, but it's Vince Vaughn, and she is him. Her throughout her high school years has kind of grown to like this boy, right? And this boy kind of liked her. It's the whole like, dude, does she like me? Does he like her? But no one says anything to each other until their lives are in danger, and then it comes out. But the moment it comes out, she's Vince Vaughn, right? So they're having. We're talking a grown man, and a supposedly high school kid. Getting super like it's crazy because Vince Vaughn he does such a great job as the girl that you forget it's him. So it's almost okay to you that they're communicating in this manner because you're like, well, it's her in there anyway. That's how well he does. That's what I'm saying. This is so pleasantly surprised. I'll get this one.
Respect to Vince Vaughn, man.
Yeah, but there was a scene where they're in the car, they're waiting for the other friends to do something. And they're talking to each other and really and Vince Vaughn is like, that letter you found in your locker, it was me. They started talking about the whole, and he's like, oh, I've liked you since, blah, 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 blah. And then the kid is like, can I come sit with you in the back seat? Oh. I'm like, wait. Hold on. We're still talking about a man here, and you're a kid, technically.
You're a teenager, yeah. Hey, man.
You know what? I'm going to leave the cliffhanger right there.
No, man.
I'm not going to do
that. I'm not gonna watch this movie, boy. Just tell me.
You should. I'm telling you, it's that good. I don't want to spoil anything else. But that to me was
That's some unfortunate NAMLA shit right there. They don't get themselves shut down.
But it was done. It was whatever happens was done tastefully.
Okay.
So it wasn't overt.
It reminds me of Pen 15. I don't know if you guys have watched Pen 15, but the two girls that star in that show are in their 30s playing middle schoolers. And there's like scenes where, yo, dude, there's some scenes that I'm like, you forget, like you said, you kind of forget for a second that they're teenagers, that they're adults. But then like one of the girls is alone with like a 12-year-old boy and they're about to make out in a closet. And I'm like, wait a minute. No, don't kiss this child.
But here's the thing. Do they look 12? Because I could see this kid being 18 or 19.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, no. These like Pen 15 is actual like 12, 13-year-olds playing against 33-year-old women who are pretending to be the same age.
I'm sure there's compliance and stuff in place.
It gets uncomfortable at times watching the interactions. I'm like, please stop talking to these children.
We're going to see 15 years from now a documentary come out like behind the scenes of Pen 15. And all these kids scarred from being on set.
Good show, well written, but man, that shit was uncomfortable. What about
so you know what? Before we move on, Mike K said his favorite part was Jack Black as the girl. Imagine that. Actually, you know what? Jack Black kills it also. So imagine that, but Vince Vaughn.
That's dope.
Yeah.
What about? Oh, sorry, Skinny.
No, I was saying, to speak to what you were saying, Brian. See, I think that because we come from an era of, we watch mad teen shows where motherfucking 30-year-olds are playing 16-year-olds, right?
Yeah, 90210 and stuff, yeah.
Right. So yeah, exactly. 90210. All of them were like 30, but like Dylan was like a 16-year-old recovering alcoholic. Kind of thing. It made no kind of sense, right? All right. But
when you look back, it's such a mess.
I did not. That show made no sense to me because I'm just like, all right, it's 90210. It's 1990 something. Yeah. Why do all you niggas look like Ponyboy?
Yeah.
What's happening? You guys all look like greasers. Fine. It's LA. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm different. Anyway.
No, it is LA. LA has a look.
So seeing that, and then I think recently, because we've been binge watching Boy Meets World. So we Danny, we got to Girl Meets World where the daughter is in middle school. Yeah. She was 11.
Yes. Like she's actually the age she's supposed to be. Yeah.
But because of that, none of it looks right to me. None of it. Like, no, you shouldn't be doing that. No.
Yeah. You know what? That's a good point you bring up.
Because I know what you're saying.
It's more. We know that they're not high schoolers. That's why it's okay when they make out or possibly have sex, right? But we still know they're supposed to be in high school, but they're adults in real life, so we're okay with that. What if it was kids that actually look? I didn't look anything like those people did at 16 that I saw on TV. I was this awkward little scrawny little kid. So I don't know how.
Remember the first episode of Riverdale? Archie is across from Betty in the window and takes his shirt off, and Betty's like,
"Who looked like that in grade 10?"
I'm can we not I don't want to the idea of sexualizing what is supposed to be a 15-year-old who looks like a 25-year-old with the deep V and a six-pack. It's like, can we pause for a second?
True,
doing the deep V. Let's talk about the redhead Veronica and all of them in those gym shorts. And no, what is that? Now wait. Let's rewind, because if that was our era and that was Buffy in them gym shorts, for some reason that's okay.
But you know what?
Because they're 30.
You know, it's funny you bring up Buffy because Buffy was all over the New Mutants movie, which we probably will talk about later. But I think Buffy kind of pushed the envelope, though. I don't know if that was a good show. Like Buffy and Xena kind of pushed the envelope on stuff like that.
Yeah, they did. They kind of did.
Yeah.
Season 2, episode 1, when Buffy came back from the dead, boy, was she dancing up on Xander in some kind of way. Hey, yo. I was like,
YOLO. Actually, not even. She died. She didn't die. She died more than once. So it's not even YOLO anymore.
She came back after sunset, and I even to this day I remember the song that they played in the background of that scene. I have no idea who the band is, but if I hear the song, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the scene where Buffy dry humped Xander, and he realized, I kind of want to bang this chick.
It's
that's crazy.
hit us. because I'm thinking, and funny enough, you're talking about Sarah Michelle Gellar, and I just thought for a second, I was like, oh, Jillian Jacobs looks a little bit like Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Nope.
Whoa, no.
A little bit.
Which one's Jillian Jacobs?
Gillian Jacobs from Community.
Okay, picture
Brita.
Jillian Jacobs from Brita.
Don't do that.
Whoa. Put the leather jacket and the jeans on Brita, and then put a similar Sarah Michelle Gellar Buffy the Vampire shot.
No, man.
The same.
No. I don't even. The face is completely different.
Geller has a certain nose. Like you can't fuck with Sarah Michelle Gellar's nose. It's just like it's
well, actually, Brita has a nose like that.
Brita has a nose too, but Brita looks like she eats kale. I don't fuck with Brita. No, you know what I mean. Brita's one of them.
I like that we're calling her Brita right now too.
Brita, yeah, that's the title. Brita looks like she eats kale. It's weird enough. Brita looks like she eats kale.
But like, look at her. Right? Like, I think it's Love. Yeah, she's in that show. Love that she's in. She's the worst in the world. Don't compare her. No.
Oh, in that movie, in that show, she does that. That's how good of a job she is. She did in that show, though.
Yes,
she's a really good actress.
I can't give her that Buffy look.
Damn.
Honestly, I'm not even going to talk about Gunplay. I'm just going to say it didn't make sense as to how the monster came to be. Like, I didn't connect with how.
Okay.
But she was good in her role as the mom. That was my first time seeing her like as a mom, like in a motherly role.
Oh, mom now. Oh boy, that was
yeah.
Hollywood, man.
Yeah. Well, but this role has a bit more depth. She's like the mom of an autistic kid, and then the kid starts like seeing this monster who wants to be his friend, and then the kid's friends see the same monster, and then the mom sees the monster, and then the dad sees the monster, and then it's just like everyone figuring out like this thing is after the autistic kid, figuring out why and how it's trying to get into their world. Cool concept. I don't want to give away too much there either, but I just wasn't sold on the monster. You know what I mean? It's a scary looking monster, but I'll give it like a 6.5 out of 10. So it's still a fun watch. It's thumbs up. It's like, yeah, it's good. It's good.
Okay.
But she's great in it. The kid is good too. Yeah.
I was gonna do thumbs up, thumbs down for Greenland, but I actually want to do thumbs up, thumbs down for Netflix's Kevin Hart Zero Fucks Given that just came out. I think today.
Did you like it?
It's good. It's good.
Okay.
Sorry?
I saw the first 30 minutes before the drive-in.
Today.
Bong. The first 30 minutes is not the best part. The last 30 minutes, so it's 60 minutes long. So you stopped right before what I think is the good part.
I think it started getting good, and I'll tell you where I got to. It's when he starts talking about his son.
Okay,
like,
so my buddy loves that part. My buddy was telling me that that's his favorite part, like where he starts talking about the son is where he thought it was really good. I watch it. I didn't think the stuff about the son was that funny because that stuff just reminded me of Chris Rock's comedy. Like I feel like Chris, like, and no offense to Kevin, you're among legends. Like even when he does the walk-in, which was kind of funny because that classic walk-in that they do to the stage, his house.
Yeah, it's his living room, actually.
Yeah, it's like, yo, so you have pictures of like Richard Pryor, Dave Chappelle, Eddie Murphy on your wall in your house. I'm like, okay, I guess we can pretend that's a thing you do. Sure. Yeah. I don't think you actually have those up. You just did it for the show, but whatever, let's laugh at it. But yeah, when he started getting to the part about the kids, I was just like, this feels very Chris Rock, and I'm not mad at it, but it because I felt like I'd heard some of those similar jokes before, I didn't love them. But then when he starts getting into the stuff with Seinfeld and the stuff from Seinfeld on, I thought was some of the best stuff. And I was like,
what did he touch on with regards to Seinfeld?
I don't want to give it away because it's actually a really good bit. It's a really good bit. I really liked it. And that's the part that, like, from that moment was where I was like watching it. And
that said, does it feel like he's losing a bit of steam though if it takes that long for your material to get good?
Yeah, I
mean, you lose viewers. Like you might have lost me if it didn't get any good at like mark 25.
That's the thing. I think it's really just a matter of the fact that he's older. It's the Eminem syndrome. It's the Jay-Z syndrome. It's all of our favorite stars are getting older and they're talking about different things. And if you're not at that point with them, you're not necessarily as interested in what they have to say about it. I'm happy that you have an ex-wife and kids and, you know, this situation. Do I want to hear jokes about it and do I connect to it? Not really. I've never been married. I don't really necessarily get all the jokes. Some of the stuff you're saying sounds comedic, but at the same time sounds petty. So it's not as funny to me. It's like, okay, this is humor.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's this. There was a bit about you guys did this to me. That bit. You remember that? It's like in the first 20 minutes.
We're talking about like fame.
Yeah, and how we the audience were the weird ones, but now the celebrities are the weird ones.
Yeah,
that's not true.
And
celebrities have always been the weird ones.
Yeah, that's not true. Forever. Like Michael Jackson has always been considered one of the. Don't try and make it seem like we were weird. Michael Jackson was wearing military-styled uniforms when he's never served in the military.
I think what's changed is the fact that. I think what's changed is the fact that they can't and they don't get away with things as much anymore.
Yes.
Everyone's watching. He even mentioned it. It's like everything I do, someone's recording me eat a burger in my car. I can't have any privacy anymore.
So that's it. Like, you know, so that's why for Zero Fucks Given, I give it a thumbs up. It's solid. I do agree with you though. It's one of those things that it was a slow burn for me. I didn't necessarily love the beginning, but I really do believe that it picks up towards that middle part towards the end, and that was solid.
I gave him some laughs in the first half, but
yeah, I did. Yeah, exactly. Like there have been times where I've watched comedy specials and couldn't breathe. I didn't get that from this one, is what I'm saying.
I get that from like Bill Burr.
Yeah. Or Chappelle. Chappelle always has me like just he's laughing or the cringe face of like, oh my God, did he just say that? Like every time I watch something and someone says like Chappelle is a master of the art. And the fact that he can say so many wild things and have us all be like, yo, this is some dangerous shit you're saying. But he starts a conversation. And that in itself is always interesting to me. So yeah.
You know you guys need to check out actually? I caught it on YouTube the other day, but it is a stand-up, but it's like a comedian who was working jokes out, and he decided to post like he decided to compile everything together and like post that. So I'm actually trying to find the video now so I can find out his name, because it's not D-Ray, but it's close to that, and it's gonna bother me because I know this motherfucker's name. Hold on. 2 seconds. I'm scrolling through my YouTube history, man. God damn it.
All right, I haven't been looking at the document.
There it is. Okay, Deon Cole. All right.
Oh, Deon Cole.
Oh, yeah. Deon Cole, dope.
Deon Cole put out a special where it's just him working out jokes that he would have toured this year, but couldn't. So he just compiled them all into a freaking, and you literally see like the jokes from beginning as they're starting up, and he's working them out, and people like not getting it to like it being fully fleshed out.
That's such a dope concept.
That's so awesome. It's super sick. I need to find this video for you guys and actually like send it to y'all, because it's like a pretty good hour. It's a decent hour.
Yeah, send that through. We'll post it up to also in the conversation for people. And in the episode, if you guys are listening to this on the podcast afterwards, just go into the description and there's going to be a link in there. It's called 40 Minutes of Deon Cole Working It Out on Netflix is a joke. So yeah.
Oh, I think he was on a podcast or two recently promoting that, if I'm not mistaken. But
check it out. Sweet.
Did you guys both see New Mutants?
No. Oh, no, wait. Yes, I did. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, I was going to say, okay. You obviously don't care, Skinny.
No, I know Lockheed's in it. That's all I care about.
Well, see, you remember how before it came out, you were mad about the puppet thing? You forgot that, yeah. I actually didn't know Lockheed was in it. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, they're just doing the puppet thing.
I don't count that as an appearance when you were there for
Lockheed? That's Lockheed. Come on.
It's Lockheed, and it's another dimension. In her dimension, he doesn't exist. He exists in the whatever.
Weird. He's a puppet, and then she goes through the dimension, and she's fighting the dream bear or whatever. And then Lockheed just kind of shows up and starts doing his thing, and I'm like, so the hand puppet in her back pocket turned into a dragon. Okay, sure.
The worst part is that Lockheed's like an alien and has nothing to do with other dimensions or anything, and he's not even.
Okay.
He doesn't even belong to Ileana, but whatever. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's her brother's girlfriend's pet, but whatever.
So I didn't like. I don't even know how to explain this movie. I see what was wrong with it.
But hold on, before you go to that, I just wanted to say Greenland, because I would rather talk about New Mutants after I talk about Greenland.
Go ahead.
Greenland. I saw Greenland. It's this movie with Gerard Butler and Morena Baccarin. It's essentially the world's about to end. What would you do? And they're just trying to get.
Is it good?
It's not bad. I can't say it's good.
I've been skimming over it for like 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks now.
Bad.
It's not a bad movie. People make really stupid decisions, which is fine. They always make stupid decisions in these movies, but sometimes they make stupid decisions to the point where you want to stop the movie.
Is this the plot moving stupid decisions, like to move the plot along?
One thing specifically happened to move plot along that I feel like they could have cut a whole section out, and it would have made the movie 20 minutes shorter, but I would have rather it been a short movie than have this stupid thing in for no reason. And that's the part that bothered me. Otherwise, Gerard Butler's character is, a man who's done his wife wrong and is trying to work on his family. The usual trope of, I done did my wife wrong and I love her and I need to get back in her good graces. And then, but it's to the backdrop of, oh, by the way, there's a meteor coming to destroy the planet, and I just want my wife and my kid to be safe, and I'll do anything to save my wife. I'm doing this accent. This isn't the accent he has in the movie, by the way. I'm just making fun of the idea that, yeah, because that character, you can picture the character I'm thinking of, like every one of those like down country boys who done cheat on his wife with the girl at the bar, at the local bar.
But like, you also know there's a self-sacrifice coming at some point. That's how I feel.
I mean, do you want me to spoil it for you?
You can tell me. I don't give a fuck.
Because I would have liked to self-sacrifice, but there is none. I would have preferred being a self-sacrifice and having this man seem like he's worthy of this woman's love after he done disrespected her. Instead of him just like, doing silly, stupid things.
You know who didn't have to die?
Who?
John Krasinski in A Quiet Place. But his death made the movie even that much more impactful.
Yes, man.
Right?
That is one of those solid self-sacrifice scenes. That is one of the best. Anyways, I didn't want to get started on that conversation. But
I gotta look it up. Thanks.
You never seen A Quiet Place?
It's so good.
I want to watch a horror movie. Yes.
Oh, come on. No, this is
horror.
You should know me better.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just strap yourself to your sofa so you know you're still on Earth. Like you'll be okay. So you're not dreaming.
Yeah, but I'll just say the movie is, if out of 10, 4.5.
Oh, that's not even worth watching.
Have that on YouTube.
It's just because there's like Morena Baccarin is amazing. I love her every time. I've ever since Firefly, she's been like this amazing actress. But when you're watching it, you're just like, I mean, okay, I guess. And then but Gerard Butler is doing that whole I'll do anything for my family, and he's like running around and he's acting crazy and he's trying to get stuff done. And you're like, oh, I mean, sure, I guess. But that's it. At the end of the movie, because it doesn't feel like anybody's sacrificed. You know who sacrifices? The grandfather.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say the kid sacrifice.
And the grandfather sacrifices because he's just like, your mother would be mad if I left the horses to die. And I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh.
Like what?
He goes back after the horses.
He stays at the farm because he has to make sure he stays with the horses because his dead wife would be upset with him if
he did. What is wrong with people?
Exactly. So, that's why
she probably regrets marrying you for making a stupid decision like that. Like,
I get that the idea is just like, I'm going to join her. Like, I'm willing to die because I get. but the way they did it and the way he presents it isn't great. And also the other thing that I didn't like is Gerard Butler did something that as to why his relationship was in a bad position. And the person who forgives him is the grandfather and not the wife. And I thought that was stupid too. Because like the grandfather's the one that like gives his blessing of like, okay, you're worthy of protecting my family again. Go forth and protect. And I was just like, he's not the one who should be deciding this. The wife should be like, you know what? You're a strapping man. I'm not in love with you, but if you can get me and this kid to the place of safety so we survive, bong bong, let's do it, homie. That's the movie I would have liked to have seen more. The movie where the wife doesn't care about this man because he fucked up. He's working hard to make it up to her. And she's there with the kid being like, hey, at the end of the day, if you can get us to a place of safety, we're cool. If you can't, I'm moving on. And that would have been more interesting to me. But instead, we got this movie where she seems to have moved on. He's running around doing his thing. And we're just running around with this kid who's, insulin pump's not working. And we're supposed to feel bad for him. I don't know.
Man, yeah, okay. I'm done hovering over it. It's off my list now.
Sorry.
You know what should be on people's list? Devil All the Time.
Oh,
Done.
sorry. Okay.
Thumbs way up.
Devil All the Time? Wait, who's that? I saw that
Tom
title.
Holland, Robert Pattinson, Winter Soldier. It's a huge cast.
And Sebastian Stan.
Sebastian, yeah, there's a whole. Honestly, it's incredible the level of rolling karma in this movie. It's really good. What are you watching or reading?
Oh.
Wow.
Wait, are you reading A Quiet Place?
No, man, I just watched a scene where the nigga died. Oh, god damn.
What are you doing? This dude.
Skinny's so
always
weird.
Just watching.
Dude, I watched that on mute and it was emotional. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But
yo,
A Quiet
speaking of watching it on mute, the whole movie you're watching on mute pretty much.
Really? You watched it the way it was meant to be watched.
Exactly. You just watched it from the deaf girl's perspective.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, he needs to be Mr. Fantastic yesterday. Holy shit. Woo!
Yeah, that shit's emotional, but it's
this guy did the whole and then
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry, but that was crazy.
Watch the movie. It's really
you should watch the film for real.
I will watch it.
Yeah.
New Mutants. Sorry.
The second one's coming out. Actually, was supposed to be out. Oh, see, that's another movie that I was looking forward to.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah. Agreed.
New Mutants.
Yeah.
How
did you like?
Did not care for Ileana's accent. It was the worst Russian accent I've ever heard in my life. It wasn't even there. It was like she had a speech impediment.
She just walked out whenever she wanted.
Yeah, whenever she wanted.
Yeah.
It was strange, very strange. Her powers, the way it activated was cool.
Yeah.
I didn't care for any of the love stories in there. Like Arya Stark and the main girl.
Yeah.
Daniel Moonstar. That relationship. Sure. They were like, she was the one person in there, but okay. First of all, there's only 4 kids in this place. One of them decides to like take you under her wing, and that's enough for you to already be in love. It was just a weird connection that I just didn't get. It was not needed for this movie.
Wolfsbane's into girls?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, both Moonstar and they're together in this.
I mean, Moonstar because she's a Valkyrie, but yeah, anyway.
Yeah. Wolfbane, like I think the way they did her history. Okay. Demon Bear, obviously you all know Daniel Moonstar. She makes everyone's nightmare come to life. That's her power. But the whole movie, they're trying to figure this out in that institute after a whole town or whole village like just got destroyed overnight. Everyone died. And I didn't like the doctor played by Alice Braga.
Oh God, no, she was horrible.
She's what's it called? Something Reyes.
Dr. Reyes. I don't know her first name, but she has like a power to hold you in this telekinetic dome.
Yeah, force field.
Force field.
She takes care of Kitty Pryde in the comics, man. They fucked up her character too. Celia Reyes.
Yeah, but she wasn't. There was no. I didn't know if she was good or bad. And then by the time the movie came to like the third act, and you find out exactly what role she plays in this, I was like, oh, like okay. But then they got rid of her very quickly.
Yeah,
like after all that.
Yeah. It's annoying that you spend the whole movie trying to confirm, like, are you good or bad? And then when you find out, you're just like, and we're done with you. It's just like, so you don't really give us any character development, and you literally set us up just to watch the character die. And I was just like,
and the whole time she's selling us and the kids on the fact that they're only here as a midway point till we figure out your powers and how you can control it, and then you'll move on to my superior's facility. So we're at the hospital, blah blah blah, and obviously the kids start to unravel things behind the truth behind that.
Yeah.
But her whole role, they could have killed her any time.
Yeah.
She was so
yeah, she wasn't. And I like Alice Braga. She's a fun actress, but that, like, her deaths too, and like the kind of like weird Jigsaw-esque, like, over the microphone, like, you can't do this. I don't want you. I was like, what is happening? Just die.
It was so weird. So basically, throughout the movie, they're trying to figure out Moonstar's power, and end of second act, everyone's nightmares like start coming to life and like threatening them, and they're all in danger in some way, shape, or form. So the superiors message back. They're like, extract more DNA, do this, terminate Moonstar.
Yeah.
So now we like. The way she looked at the message too, I thought she was still good. Like, anyway, spoiler alert. Like, at this point, I thought she was still good when she read the message about Terminator. I was like, oh, she's gonna try to save her. Yeah. No, she's okay. She's actually bad, and she's gonna go through with killing. It's just so weird. It was so weird.
Yeah.
Why show that emotion if she's just gonna be evil anyway? It was just a weird thing. Like, who are you trying to sell? Because we're the only ones watching it. The kids aren't around to see your face. While this is happening.
Like, who is that for? Because we're watching the movie. She was alone. And then it just didn't make sense. So it's like, why did you give us that? You didn't make me care about her more in those 2 seconds, you know?
Nope. And then while she's trying to kill Moonstar, then Wolfsbane, they're in love now, and Star-Crossed Lovers comes in and goes to save her and rips at the doctor, which is why I was like, they could have just killed her the whole time, because like she has nothing to protect herself. They could have snuck up on her at any point. Anyway, I'm disappointed. They tried to connect it to the X-Men, because they're like, who do you think? The kids are all excited, right? Because they think the person who owns and runs the facility is Professor X. And they think they're graduating from here to the match.
Yo, it's so rude too, because that scene where they're talking about, like, they're like, one of the kids is sitting in a wheelchair and he's just like doing the like, and you're like, they're all like, ha, 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 and you're like, nah, homie, that's not where you're going.
They're like, who do you think runs the place? And he's like, puts his hands to his head like this while he's in the wheelchair, and you're like, oh, of course, that's who it's supposed to be. But it's not, obviously. It's the X Corp, right?
Yeah. It's Sinister, no? Is that?
Yeah. So, I don't know.
I didn't like
I wanted to like it.
Charlie Heaton's character, Cannonball.
Yeah.
I like Cannonball as a comic book character. The first time I ever saw Cannonball was when he showed up to fight, what's the name? Onslaught.
Oh, God. You saw Cannonball?
That was the first time I saw Cannonball, because I hadn't read X-Men in years, and then someone gave me the Onslaught story, and Cannonball's in there, and he's the one that he ends up running away because I think Onslaught like messes with his head and like tricks him or something. And I was just like, who is this guy that can like shoot off like a rocket? And after that, I started reading up about Cannonball, and I was like, oh, he's a pretty cool character. Like, he doesn't seem all that interesting, but his
powers are useless in this.
Yeah.
His powers are useless in general.
Yeah. That's the thing. I just like Cannonball because Cannonball seems like one of those comic book characters that you can relate to, in the sense that, like, I have this power. I don't really know what good it is. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I don't feel like he's not Wolverine, who's like, I have a mission. He's not Storm or Cyclops, who like, we're leaders. He's not Jean, who has a Phoenix. He's just this kid who turns into a fucking cannonball and shoots around.
What was the show that used to be on Sony Interactive that was a comic? It had to do with like a superhero that used to be a superhero. He lost his powers and became a detective.
Powers.
Okay.
Great. I love
Cannonball's powers is essentially the main character's powers.
Oh yeah, Diamond.
where they just could fly.
Yeah.
That was it.
I think I have that right here.
Cannonball
it's pretty much that. He doesn't have like superhuman strength. He hurts himself a lot.
Yeah.
Like he's actually intentionally also hurting himself, which is weird.
If you guys are looking for its powers, this was the graphic. It's written by Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Avon Oming.
Yeah, they ended that show way too early, by the way.
Super early, and it was actually very interesting. Homeboy for you have it too. That's dope. Yeah, man.
I don't have it, but yeah,
I just as soon as he's showing it, I might as well do it too. Actually, I only have the first volume. I don't know how many volumes you have there.
I have 3.
That's a compendium.
No, I have the definitive hardcover collection, volume 1, and then volume 2 and volume 3.
Oh, nice.
Also, last thing I want to get into real quick about magic. So I realized the other day in the New Mutants, just watching a comic or whatever, that her powers is to teleport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her powers is to teleport, right?
Yeah.
Well, in the comic book or in the movie?
In the comic books, her powers is to just create teleportation and be like, whoop, and then go through it. And whatever.
No, but she still has magic.
Yeah. Yeah, because at one point she trains with what's his name? Doctor Strange.
Fine. But what's her powers before the soul sword and all that shit?
Yes, you're right.
Interdimensional teleportation.
Yeah. Was that her powers? Okay.
Yeah.
What does she have the sword for? What does she need the sword for?
They kind of explain it.
If you use the sword to open the portal to the demon dimension that you are queen of, but yet your powers are to teleport, nigga, why do you have a sword?
The swords were cool in the day.
No. I don't need to carry a big ass sword. Just
look at Psylocke. Like Psylocke doesn't have to have swords as her main thing, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be Psy energy. No, it could be anything.
Right, whereas Ileana literally has a big ass sword,
like anime
metal armor up her arm and shit, and gives her horns just to go through a blood cloud. No, man, that's weird.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it.
Strange.
It's true.
Who else was in this?
Fucking Sunspot.
Sunspot was cool.
Too bad he wasn't black.
Yeah. Well, he's Brazilian. That
I mean, in the comic book, he's Afro-Brazilian, and they took that away. So that,
they just took the Afro part out. But
yeah.
His story not so cool. His power's cool.
Yeah. They should have done more with his power.
I think he was the only one with the coolest power. Everyone else was kind of meh to me.
I mean, Wolfbane's is pretty cool. They didn't really like Wolfbane as a hunter, Wolfbane as like if they let Wolfbane go full-fledged wolf, I would have been like, okay, cool. But
should have also been a mid werewolf. Like the werewolf midpoint that she had was not impressive to me.
Exactly. That's the part that I didn't like. The fact that she did these like 1/8 transformations where her nose and just a little bit of fur shows up.
She can control which parts of her like whatever she needs. So if she wants to smell, her nose would turn into the.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
it was weird, man. I didn't like that. Yeah, it wasn't impressive. No.
Josh Boone done messed up, bro. This was not a good script.
And he wanted to do 2 more.
Yeah. What do you?
Oh yeah, he wanted to do a second one where Warlock would come.
Like they finished the movie. I mean, the main villain in all this is a demon bear, which we all know at the end of the day she gets a controller.
Yeah.
So through all this, I'm just trying to see which one of the kids die. At this point,
that was the main story in the comic.
Yeah, it's poorly executed.
Demon Bear was the first New Mutants comic, like fucking arc and ill.
Mm-hmm. They failed hard. They failed hard on translating that. And then they all walk off into the sunset at the end. So obviously, there's a sequel, and the whole point is probably them going to the X-Men or some journey to the X-Men. But I wouldn't have cared for a sequel if this came out.
You know what my partner and I said would have been good?
What?
If they had done New Mutants in the same universe as Logan, and it ends with the kids connecting with.
Isn't that what we thought when we saw Logan?
Yeah.
Because that would have been good. If you connected the New Mutants kids with Richter and that whole crew, that would have been good. But because timeline wise, it's so. I mean, you still have XX Core, which is still. It is still the place that Logan, right? Or was it a different company that was doing that? Yeah. So they're showing you the beginning and they show you it is technically connected, but we're never going to see it. You might as well have just connected it in the same timeline. Just show us a group of kids who are being tested in the Logan, anyways, whatever.
Hey, yeah, it was bad.
Feige, just give me proper X-Men by like 2021, all right? Please?
No. Wait, because I remember when Logan was, sorry, going back to Logan real quick, when it was coming out initially, Mr. Sinister was supposed to be the villain then.
Yes.
I remember that being a thing. So, like, the clues,
yeah,
they're all in front of you. You guys are actually, I don't understand.
Yeah, dude, 100. You're 100% accurate. And that's why it seems weird to have not connected all this stuff. It's your last movie. Even if you didn't know it was the last movie, Logan was such a success. Why not connect it better instead of trying to lead up to Logan? Just continue from it's the future. You can do anything you want.
Anything.
But
anything.
Yeah, whatever. So that's what we got. Yo, shout outs to the fact that they did Old Man Logan. I still give them
I know. That was the best thing Fox ever put out. That was the best thing. Sorry, Sony ever put out. Is it? No, not Sony, Fox. Sorry.
Yeah. But I mean, you think about all the stories they could have done to finish off of the like Wolverine franchise, and to go with Old Man Logan was just like, damn, you guys are really going there. This is for the real fans. Because like the everyday reader is not going to be interested in Logan that far down the road. But for us who really like the comic and read Old Man Logan, to see a similar version, it was just like, oh shit, this
would have been cool to see the Hulk.
In
there, though,
of course, Universal, man. If Universal could have struck a deal with Fox just to support Disney back in those days, anyways, that's a whole other conversation.
Now, but with Old Man Logan, you know that they always had the capability of doing it proper. They just never did.
Wait, what do you mean, the movie?
Yeah, Old Man Logan was a perfect rendition.
When you say proper, you mean actually like take the comic book story work like
because they did. They took Logan, they reworked it their own way, and they made it work. They had years of X-Men stories where they could have done that, and they just didn't.
Yeah, true.
One guy who's like, no, you know what? I'm actually gonna like not shit on the source material and do it good.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the best elements to tell the story well. Yeah, I agree, man. Guys,
I still rate Old Man Logan.
Yeah, it's still one of the best.
Yeah,
it's about that time. Geek rumors. We have like 5 minutes, so I'll make it quick. But bong bong. What else do we have in the news here? Starting us off, HBO. Oh, did you do? Sorry, I went all the way down to like 10 weeks ago. Oh yeah, Concordia alum, Chantal Tui, that actually I went to school with, so shout outs to her. Just got up to a series regular on Black Lightning, which is pretty cool. I mean, we've I'm not gonna front like we love Black Lightning here. We've openly talked
a spinoff coming from Black Lightning.
Dude, I'm so mad that they want to do a Painkiller spinoff with Homeboy. With what's his name? I don't remember his name now. But they wanted the character that was the boyfriend for the youngest daughter.
Yeah,
who get his ass whooped by Tobias. They wanted
Jordan Calloway is the actor.
Yeah, they want to give him a spinoff, and I don't understand. I don't know, dude. I haven't watched Black Lightning in years. I mean, I just wanted to give a shout out to Chantal and a Concordia alum. If I'm being honest, I have no clue what's going on in that show.
Doesn't matter. You're on TV. You're making it. Good for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're from Montreal. You got on a show. You're doing well. The show's doing okay. I mean, it's good. I'm proud that you went to Concordia and that we get to see. Same thing with Homeboy that's on Star Trek Discovery. The guy that's on the the communications. That dude went to Concordia too. So we're seeing some dope Montreal Concordia actors doing some great things. Shout out to Tristan, whose Nurses got picked up by NBC.
Nice.
Like so many things that these Montreal actors are doing that are just blowing up. So Kwesi, is that the other dude who's out west doing he's on Snowpiercer. The dude from the West Island from out here in Montreal. So what did we have? HBO Max head says they're working on Save Venture Brothers. So supposedly, this is what I never understood. Venture Brothers got canceled, and then the company that put out Venture Brothers put out a tweet saying we hope for the best, which I was just like, you niggas is the one that canceled. Wait, what?
Why'd you do that?
So HBO, but now HBO is saying that they're working on trying to save the show. It's one of those shows that like you could not see the show for 3 years and it could come back. Same thing with Boondocks. It's those types of shows where it's just like, give me a season every couple years, do the social commentary. I'm down. It's cool. I don't need it every year. It's probably better if you don't do it every year. Rick and Morty. Gucci Mane is replacing T.I. in the verses with Jeezy, which that's wait. Is this the first time you're hearing about it?
I hear people
Gucci, but here's the thing. Remember how I brought this up when we talked about it 2 weeks ago? I was like, who did Jeezy have a beef with? Was it T.I. or Gucci Mane? It was Gucci Mane. Yeah. it was the Snowman versus the Burman.
Yeah, it was Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane insulted one of Jeezy's like friends who passed away just the other day too. So people are like, Thursday is going to be a little while because it's supposed to be tomorrow, right? The 19th.
I think that's tomorrow.
I think so. Wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy considering how heavy their beef seemed at the time too. Like that's like actually funny enough. Charlemagne, I think, asked 50 in his recent interview. Now that Gucci Mane and Jeezy are doing a versus, do you ever? And they were rivals. Blah 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 blah. Do you ever see yourself doing a versus with Ja Rule? 50's like, no. Anyway, and just completely switch the conversation around.
50 Cent is a for lifer, man. He beat for life. I love
that beef was different.
He bought tickets to the man's show for the front rows to leave them empty. Like that is anyways, I won't even
big man type petty. I love it.
Back to the geek stuff. Sly Stallone is playing an unknown role in Gunn's Suicide Squad movie. So there was like some tweets and stuff that were posted where an Instagram post was posted where Sly Stallone and James Gunn were posting pictures together. People were very excited. We don't know what character they're playing.
It's not for Guardians of the Galaxy stuff because he was in that.
No, so from what I understand, it's confirmed that it's Suicide Squad.
He's playing Judge Dredd.
Yeah. You're right. He did do a voice. He does a voice, or he's actually in the movie?
He was in it at the end of the first.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
He's in the beginning and end.
Yeah. CW is working on another Berlanti project with Wonder Girl. Wonder Girl is going to be a Latinx Wonder Woman sidekick.
Why are we going on CW?
Because the Berlanti.
Why?
Whoa! Guys, hold on! Breaking news that I just saw. Speaking about Wonder Woman 1984 is now going to theaters and HBO Max on Christmas Day. They decided to drop it on HBO Max on the day. That is brutal. That's for the theaters.
Actually good. You think they were waiting for this all along?
Okay. Yeah, they must have been. They knew they weren't going to be able to move forward with putting this out in theaters. They didn't have a choice. And dude, depending on how well this does, Black Widow might end up on Disney Plus. If they can do
on Christmas.
Yeah, if they can do
can't go head to head. They can't go head to head. I don't know which one would win.
Yes, they can.
I'm not thinking that they're going to go head to head, but I mean, I think wait,
hold on, Skinny. Who do you think would win if Wonder Woman and Black Widow went head to head in theaters?
Wonder Woman, sadly.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not that crazy. Come on.
Black Widow would destroy.
No, I think Wonder Woman would.
The
hype, yeah, man. The hype for Wonder Woman is greater than Black Widow. I guarantee you.
You think
Black Widow had its hype and died off, whereas Wonder Woman we didn't even know. Like Black Widow was supposed to come out right before COVID.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
We're in like May. Sorry, Wonder Woman wasn't even fully announced, and then everybody knew it wasn't coming. So there's even more hype. Plus, they didn't even show Tigra until like during COVID when we knew we weren't going to see this shit.
I'll say this, based on the timeline, I agree with you guys. If Black Widow hadn't been meant to come out when it was supposed to come out, and they decided to put them up against each other, I think Black Widow would kill then. But yes, I agree with you guys. The hype train kind of messed it up because the train was moving and then it got derailed and now everyone's just watching the train burn on the side of the road and we're just
Black Widow was supposed to profit off of the Endgame.
However,
yes, exactly.
However, these niggas are dropping WandaVision like next week apparently. So
hopefully, yeah, they're supposed to, right?
Right.
That's not gonna bring hype back for Black Widow. I'm sorry, it's not.
A little bit. It'll bring back the hype for MCU in general. Wonder Woman
advertise it some way. I don't even know. It's not. What am I saying? It's on Disney Plus, right? There's no ads.
So. Wonder Woman 1984 gets an international theatrical release. Whether theaters are open on December 16th. HBO Max isn't charging an additional amount to subs like Disney did with Mulan.
Wow. Yeah.
Dude, that is okay. So I mean, we can't have a full conversation about this because we gotta close out.
That's a power move if I've ever seen one.
I'm telling you, the fact that Universal is making deals with all the theaters, everyone else is gonna fall in line. Universal made a deal with Cinemark and made a deal with AMC. And for those of you who don't know, NATO, which is the North American theater owners, North American theater owners. Have an agreement in place where you're not allowed to release a movie on outside of the theater for the first 90 days. So if you put it in theaters, it has to be in theaters for at least 3 months before you can put it on streaming or anything like that. Ever since COVID hit, though, everyone's been trying to figure out ways around it because the theaters are closed. Universal has been doing big moves and making deals to circumvent the 90 days. And they've made 2 agreements with two huge theater chains, AMC, which is the biggest one, and Cinemark, which is the second one. And I've been saying since day one, if they're going to continue doing stuff like this, everyone else has to figure something out. Because if they don't, they're all going to fall to the wayside. And HBO Max making a deal with the theaters and deciding to release it, because the theaters can't do anything. They can't say, well, if you release it on streaming, we're not going to put it in the theaters. They need the movies. They don't have anything. They're begging for movies right now.
This is nuts.
This is crazy. Also, NATO needs to change their name like yesterday. I'm tired of this NATO thing. North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
But yeah, man.
In record time.
Say what? Sorry.
Like, if you guys look at development cycle between Disney Plus and HBO Max was announced like 6 months, and then that shit was ready to go.
Yeah, HBO Max is pretty quick. Oh, I mean, HBO Max.
They already had the infrastructure too.
Oh, yes, yeah. That I thought was weird. But like, you guys have this. Why don't you just fix up Go and let people move forward? But whatever.
Why create DC Universe? It's its own platform that will have bugs that needs to get tested. It just there was no point.
Yeah.
Dude, that is crazy. So wait, they're not charging extra. How are they recouping money on this? On new subs for HBO Max?
Subscriptions, baby.
That you would have never had, I guess, yeah.
You guys think we'll get it on Crave in Canada? You think they'll work?
100%.
I hope so. That'd be a nice deal.
I'll get it for $3.99.
Bell is not going to let that happen. 110% Bell is not going to let that kind of media go out and them not have a piece of it. Fuck that. Bell's getting that.
I'll end it off. We have 2 bits of Transformer news. We were talking about Transformer and the X-Men collaborative action figure that just came out. For those of you who don't know, Hasbro does deals like this. They did Gigawatt that I mentioned, which is the DeLorean, the Ecto-1 from the original 1980s, 89 Ghostbusters. Very good action figures, really fun. Ectotron, I think, is the Ecto-1, and Gigawatt is the DeLorean. And they've done other crossovers. Like I have the Street Fighter collaborative one that they have, where you got Ken and Chun-Li, and then they had a few others. But they announced that they're going to be doing the what's the name of the plane? Blackbird. They're going to be doing the Blackbird as Expanse, who looks like a character. Am I saying it wrong?
No, you are. It looks like an ugly Transformer.
Oh, it's. I find it ugly as hell. I don't think it's good, but that's me. I think it looks like dude. I was actually happy when I saw the pictures because I was just like, oh, I don't want this. This is good. You guys see the collection. I would like if it had been a nice looking Transformer. I would have been like, gotta add it. But that one's so ugly when it's transformed. I don't want it at all. Perfect. Yeah,
I was gonna get it off the merit that it's an X-Men related item, and as you can see, so no.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think it looks ugly. But continuing with Transformers super quick. New Transformers movie in the works with Stephen oh man, I always mispronounce this dude's last name. Capel Jr. Capel? Am I? Okay. Shit, I knew I was pronouncing it wrong. Homie who worked on Creed 2, and
honestly, it could be Capel too. Who knows? Whatever. What? Yeah,
more Transformers.
Were they all that profitable? The Transformers movies?
Yes, unfortunately, they're not good. They weren't good, but they were profitable.
Yeah, I guess I could see little kids liking it regardless, just because all the mechs and I could see that. Because I saw Bumblebee and that was whack too.
You didn't like Bumblebee?
I like Bumblebee.
I think it was better than all the other installments. It had more of a humanized thing going on to it with Bumblebee, but I still don't like the no voice thing. That annoys the hell out of me.
Yeah,
he's still not talking. Fuck.
Yeah.
Jesus.
At the end of the day, though, they just want to make action figures. Let's be honest. That's why they're not doing it because they want it. They think they're going to make great movies. They make money with the movies, but at the end of the day, Hasbro's just like, okay, how many more Optimus Primes, bong, case in point, can we churn out for these kids to buy it? And by kids, we
need an actual fan to make these movies.
Yeah.
Like someone who someone like you who grew up who loves it and genuinely wants to see the best storylines.
We've been talking about DC, same thing. Give Bruce Timm the damn universe and let the man run. And they still keep doing this crap where you get random people who don't really seem to care. Oh, by the way, last thing before we go, mention that there's a new Batman animated feature that's going to be coming out. What was it called? Something of the Dragon. I sent you guys.
Son of the Dragon.
Son of the Dragon.
No,
I need more than Batman from the animated universe, man.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But Tobi, it's Batman from the 70s fighting with all his ninja allies.
That's kind of funny. I like it. It's like that one they did with what was the one they did with Adam
Two-Face.
West came back and
my
Two-Face, exactly. It almost feels like it's the one after Two-Face where it's like it's a little more serious, but it's still like Batman hanging out with what looks like a Bruce Lee sidekick, and you're like, what is happening? But anyways, guys, we went way over what we were supposed to for this week, but we had a lot to say. We obviously had a lot to say. Always fun. Anything you guys want to say? Want to sign off? Anything you want to tell people before we head out?
Stay safe, stay healthy, get some sun before it goes down early in the day. If there is any sun out.
Yeah, man, we're a month out from the end of the year.
Yep.
That's it, guys. That's the whole show. Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, Skinny. I mean, reviews are up. Action Fiki Skinny on YouTube. Check out the reviews. Yeah. I've been, throwing some, getting things early. So
I've actually been adding them to the Free Agents Media YouTube channel. So if people just go to YouTube, this same YouTube channel you're watching it, just go to our main page. You'll see the playlist and the all of Action Fiki Skinny is right there. All the stuff, one spot. You guys can check it out. So make sure you watch all the videos. Guys, that's the whole show. We'll be back with more content next week. And that's it, y'all. Peace, everybody.
Later, guys.